Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that's, well, a game changer for anyone who works with AI. It's about getting past all that guesswork and finding a shortcut to get the exact results you want every single time.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever been there? Tweaking a prompt, changing just one word, adding a sentence, and just hitting a regenerate again and again and again? It's so frustrating, right? It's a total time sink, and even after all that work, your results can be completely unpredictable.
Okay, but what if we could just flip that whole process on its head? What if, instead of you trying to write the perfect prompt, the AI could actually look at your best examples and figure out how to write the perfect, super detailed prompt for itself? That's exactly what we're talking about today. It's a technique called prompt optimization.
So, let's really dig into what we're trying to solve here. We can call it the prompting problem. And it's that constant battle, right? That struggle to get AI to give you consistent, high-quality results, especially for all those tasks you have to do over and over again. And I bet this cycle sounds familiar. You spend ages tweaking a prompt, you get one amazing result, and then the very next one is just off, totally different. That inconsistency, it makes it pretty much impossible to automate anything reliably. You're always just one weird output away from something that's completely off-brand.
So how do we get out of that loop? Well, the answer is to stop guessing and start using data. And there's a tool built for exactly this purpose, the Vertex AI Prompt Optimizer.
Now, this isn't just some little prompt helper you see everywhere. No, this is a system that actually learns from your best work. You give it a bunch of high-quality examples. This is called your ground truth data, and it literally reverse engineers the perfect set of instructions so the AI can hit that same level of quality over and over again.
Here's a good way to think about it. It's like you're not the prompt writer anymore. You're more like a coach. You hand the AI a stack of your A+ work and say, all right, study this. Now, you write the playbook for yourself so you can do this perfectly every single time. It's like having a coach that's always on, always perfect.
Okay, so the theory sounds great, right? But let's see what this looks like in the real world. We're going to check out a case study from the Firebase team over at Google. They had this super specific, repetitive job that was just crying out for this kind of optimization.
So here's what they were up against. For every single video they put on their YouTube channel, which is super popular by the way, someone had to sit down and manually write a detailed description based on the script. As you can imagine, that was a massive bottleneck. And when they tried using simple AI prompts, the results were all over the place. The style, the format, just way too inconsistent.
All right, so they decided to use the optimizer. And they followed a really clear 4-step process. First, they got their data ready. This is the raw material the AI learns from. Then, they gave it a basic starting prompt and pointed it to their data. After that, they just picked the model they wanted to use and told it how to measure success. And then, the best part, they just hit run and let the machine do all the hard work.
And this right here, this is the secret sauce, the data prep. What they did was brilliant. For every video script, that's the input, they matched it up with the final, perfect, human-written description. That human version became the target. It's the gold standard, the perfect example that they wanted the AI to learn to copy. Okay, so they fed the AI all these perfect examples and let it do its thing. Now let's get to the good part, the results. Because honestly, the difference between the prompt they started with and the one the optimizer created is, well, it's pretty stunning.
So this is where they began. And you know what? It's not a bad prompt at all. It tells the AI its role, Senior Social Media Manager, it lays out the goal, and it lists what needs to be included. But it's really general. It leaves so much open to interpretation, which is why the results were so inconsistent.
And wow, look at this. This shows the transformation perfectly. The optimizer took that simple little paragraph and exploded it into this super detailed, hyper-specific set of instructions. Just look at the detail. It's telling the AI exactly how to calculate video duration based on word count, how to format URLs, even to limit the number of products mentioned. It leaves absolutely nothing to chance, and that's how you kill inconsistency.
So what was the end result of that incredibly specific prompt? A total win. The AI's outputs were suddenly high quality every single time. The style, the format, everything. It was a perfect match for what their own team was doing. And just like that, the Firebase team could finally, reliably automate that entire workflow.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds almost too good to be true. And you're right, there is a catch. This kind of power isn't free. So we have to ask the big question. Is it actually worth it? Let's take a look at the costs involved. First up, time.
For the Firebase team, with their 45 examples, the whole optimization process took about 4 hours to run. So this isn't some instant magic button. It's a job you kick off and let it cook in the background while it builds this amazing new prompt for you.
And second, there's the computational cost. During those 4 hours, the optimizer is running thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of different tests. It's constantly adjusting the prompt and checking the results. This all uses millions of tokens, which, as you know, have a real monetary cost.
So the trade-off becomes really clear, doesn't it? You've got this upfront investment, the time to set up your data, the processing time, and the token costs. But on the other side, the payoff is just massive and long-term. We're talking about saving hours on every single task from now on, getting guaranteed quality, and building an automation system you can actually trust.
And what did the Firebase team think? For them, it was a no-brainer. The value of having a dependable, automated system that pumped out top-notch content was way, way more valuable than that one-time cost. In their own words, it was absolutely worth the trade-off.
So when you boil it all down, this is really a shift in mindset. You stop being a full-time prompt tweaker and you become a one-time systems builder. You make that investment up front to create this powerful automated engine that just keeps paying you back forever in safe time and consistent quality. And that leaves us with one final question for you. What's that one high-value, repetitive task you're dealing with that's just begging to be optimized?